Hey friends, buckle up, because today we're diving into some serious horsepower and high-stakes strategy as Jeff Lutz hits the track, dialing in his Mustang for the 2025 Speed Promotions season. And let me tell you, this story is packed with speed, smarts, and some good old drag strip drama. Let's rewind the clock a bit. You see, Jeff Lutz has always been a name synonymous with innovation and dominance in the street outlaws world. Whether he's behind the wheel of his iconic GTO, the classic '57 Chevy, or his ever-evolving Mustang, Jeff has a reputation for pushing the limits of what's possible in no-prep racing. But this year? Oh, this year is a whole new beast. With Speed Promotions 2025 just around the corner, the first race is less than 3 weeks away. Can you believe it? The stakes are higher than ever. The competition is savage, and the rules? Practically thrown out the window. No weight limits, no turbo restrictions, bigger tires. It's a free-for-all of horsepower, and Jeff is gearing up like a man on a mission. Now let's talk about that Mustang. Yes, the same Mustang that was previously campaigned by Steven Brindle and Axeman back in 2023, where it showed real potential in the thick of NPK's toughest season. Since taking over, Jeff has poured his heart, and a lot of horsepower, into making this car his own. Sure, he had some early struggles. There was even a gnarly accident that shook things up. But if you know Lutz, you know he's not one to back down. He put in the work. And now that Mustang is ripping down the track like it's got something to prove. Just last week, Jeff made 8 passes at Dragway 42, and get this, 6 of them were personal bests. That's right, 6 out of 8 passes. Broke his own records. That kind of consistency? That kind of power? That's the kind of performance you only get when the car, the driver, and the setup are all in perfect harmony. And here's the kicker. He's not just relying on the Proline Hemi with the ProCharger anymore. Jeff just added a nitrous setup to the mix, just like a lot of the other ProCharger racers in this new era of speed promotions. That's right, nitrous on top of boosted power. If that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. That's like adding rocket fuel to an already fire-breathing dragon. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Jeff has multiple options for the season. He's not locked into just the Mustang. He's still got his beloved GTO, and now, he's also finished building a brand new 1957 Chevy, this time with a twin-turbo Proline Hemi under the hood. That engine setup? It's borderline insane. We're talking 5,000 horsepower potential, maybe more. It's the kind of setup that dominates on paper and looks like a rolling thunderstorm at the track. But here's the twist. Raw power isn't always king in no-prep racing. The issue with those massive twin-turbo builds has always been the same. Power without control. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if you can't put it to the ground, it means nothing. That's been the downfall of twin-turbo setups in NPK for years. They dominate the qualifying sheet on prep tracks, but struggle to be consistent on no-prep surfaces. That's where pro-charged cars like Jeff's Mustang come in with a serious advantage. They're more manageable, more predictable, and more consistent across all kinds of track conditions. And now that Speed Promotions has opened up the rules to allow 36-inch tall tires, that gives everyone, especially turbo guys, a little more to play with in terms of traction. But here's the big question. Will it be enough? Jeff himself has hinted that while he's excited about the '57 and its monster power, his best shot at winning this season might still be with the Mustang. It's lighter, it's faster off the hit, and with the new nitrous setup spraying right in front of the ProCharger, it hits harder than ever before. That kind of launch can be race-winning, especially if he can stay consistent week after week. And remember, this isn't Jeff's first rodeo. He's won races in the GTO. He's won in the older '57. He knows how to adapt, and most importantly, he knows how to win. So here we are, just weeks away from what could be the most exciting, unpredictable NPK season we've seen yet. Jeff Lutz is testing like a madman, chasing milliseconds and prepping his fleet for battle. The Mustang is looking like a serious contender, and if things go right, we could be watching Jeff take it all the way to the top. But what do you think? Should Jeff run the Mustang full-time, or roll the dice with the twin-turbo beast? Can he tame the 57 on no prep? Or is the Mustang his true weapon of choice for 2025? Now let's not ignore what Jeff is really doing here. It's not just about running a car down the strip. This is chess, not checkers. Every test pass, every tune tweak, every adjustment to that Mustang is about gathering data and building confidence. And it's working. Lutz isn't just aiming to show up, he's preparing to dominate. Testing 6 personal bests in one day? That's not luck. That's a man with a plan, and a crew that's dialed in and focused. What makes the Mustang even more dangerous this season is the sheer level of versatility it now has. That Proline Hemi and ProCharger combo was already a proven winner. Now add nitrous? That means Jeff can fine-tune his power delivery in ways that will give him a serious edge, especially on a sketchy surface. Nitrous helps spool the blower faster, fills in the gaps, and gives that punch right when it's needed most. Off the line and in the first 60 feet, where races are often won or lost. Consistency has always been the magic word in no-prep kings. Flashy horsepower means nothing without reliable passes, and that's exactly what Jeff has been dialing in. Pass after pass, testing throttle input, suspension adjustments, tire pressures, doing the gritty work that turns a fast car into a championship car. And judging by those Dragway 42 results, Jeff has clearly turned a corner with the Mustang. But let's not count out that new 57 Chevy just yet. While it's still early in its testing phase, we can't ignore the raw potential of that twin-turbo Proline Hemi build. There's a reason why so many top-level racers dream about that setup. It can absolutely fly. If Jeff and his team can figure out how to harness that power and keep it controlled on a no-prep surface, the 57 could be a game-changer. The question isn't if it can be fast, it's whether it can be consistent enough to win rounds. And here's the fun part. Jeff isn't just thinking race to race. He's thinking championship. He's thinking points battles, long-haul endurance, and track-to-track adaptability. And in that context, the Mustang, with its already strong showing and recent upgrades, might be the smarter long-term play. It's lighter, it's battle-tested, and most importantly, it's behaving exactly the way a winning car should behave in testing. Let's also not forget the emotional drive behind Jeff's 2025 push. After all the work, the crashes, the rebuilds, the near wins, and the constant evolution of these cars, this season isn't just another year for Jeff, it's personal. Every burnout, every launch, every tweak is driven by the fire to not just compete, but to take the top step on that podium. The fans are watching too. The Mustang has quickly become a favorite among Street Outlaws followers. Maybe it's the underdog vibes. Maybe it's how Jeff has transformed a car once owned by another racer into his own lethal machine. Whatever it is, people are rallying behind this build. And if Jeff can keep it consistent, deliver wins, and battle deep into the bracket at every event, this car could go down in history as one of Lutz's most iconic rides. So here's where we stand. 3 cars, 3 monsters, 3 chances at glory. But all eyes are locked on the Mustang right now, and for good reason. If Jeff continues on this path, we could be looking at the next Speed Promotions champion. The only thing left is to wait and see if this Mustang can take him across the finish line first when it counts most. One thing's for sure though, you won't want to miss a second of it.